That insolent blackguard. Ooh! What a way to open this reaction video. What a way to start it. Hey guys. Well, as I established in the last reaction video that came out earlier today, reacting to two Nostalgia Critic videos. The first one was my reaction to the Nostalgia Critic's review of all three Pee Wee Herman films, the entire Pee Wee Herman film trilogy. And now, the last reaction video for the month of September, and I think I saved the best for last, and which, of course, again, being another Nostalgia Critic video. That's right. Nostalgia Critic's review of Disney's Robin Hood. Yes. When I saw that when this came out, and I saw that this was the movie that Nostalgia Critic reviewed, like, you know, when I saw it uploaded, I was like, I have to react to this as soon as possible, and thus I am. Originally, there was another Nostalgia Critic video that I was planning on reacting to alongside with, you know, his review of the Pee Wee Herman movie trilogy, but I decided, you know, I really want to do this, so I'm going to save this for later. So the Nostalgia Critic video that I'm planning on reacting to, because, you know, his review of Robin Hood is taking the other Nostalgia Critic video's place, that being Nostalgia Critic's review of Megan. I've been wanting to react to that for a while, and I still am, but it's going to be saved for sometime next month. Hey, perfect, since, you know, it's one of those movies that's perfect to watch around Halloween time. So yeah, so for the very last reaction video for the month of September, it's the Nostalgia Critic's review of Robin Hood. Yeah, Robin Hood. I love Disney's Robin Hood, and it's in my top favorite Disney animated feature films, and I know I did a top 10 list of, you know, my all-time favorite Disney films, and Robin Hood being in, yeah, the number 3 spot. Also, you notice, like, I have a Prince John plush with me. I have all the other Robin Hood Disney plushies, you know, like, you know, those, like, Disney plushes, like, especially those at the Disney store, they are beanbag plushies, yeah. The Prince John plushie being my favorite. So yeah, so I have him, and, you know, it's Robin Hood, I want you, idiot! And that's another thing, because, yeah, I can already tell, and another thing is, after the Nostalgia Critic's review of Robin Hood came out, the next day, well, as some of you know, because on Channel Awesome, like, Doug and his brother Rob, they do the first viewing videos, and they uploaded a first viewing of Disney's Robin Hood, and at first I was like, wait a minute, they've already seen this, right? And of course they established this, but there have been a couple of first viewing videos where they watch and commentate on films that they've already seen. So I don't think it really matters, like, with the first viewing videos that they do, you know, movies that they've already seen, some they have not seen before, you know. The same kind of goes for me, kind of, when it comes to doing the reaction videos. There are some videos that I've already seen, and those being in reaction videos that I do with someone else, like, most notably my dad. Some videos that me and my dad have reacted to, some of the videos that we react to, I've seen some of them. But it doesn't matter, and hey, you know, I've still laughed at them, and along with my dad. So, you know, laughing alongside with him. But yeah, Disney's Robin Hood, I gotta say, because, you know, when, and since, you know, this year, you know, it's celebrating its anniversary, and, you know, perfect timing for Nostalgia Critic to do a review on it. It's a shame, because when this first came out in 1973, it didn't really leave a huge impact. Like, it wasn't god-awful, but it wasn't as successful as Disney's other animated gems, you know, from, say, Snow White, Pinocchio, Fantasia, Dumbo. Yeah, and, you know, the same goes for, like, the other Disney animated feature films that came out during the 1970s, from the Aristocats and the Rescuers. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, I don't know, like, surely, because it was successful, and besides, Winnie the Pooh started off, like, having 3 short films, and in, like, the mid-1970s, you know, they put all 3 Winnie the Pooh short films into one as a movie, and which being a package film. So, yeah. But I think as of now, yeah, Disney's Robin Hood has become a cult classic, and it's gained a cult following, and there are a lot of people that really enjoy Disney's Robin Hood, like me. They enjoy the characters and the villains, and that's another thing, because when I watched the first viewing of, you know, Doug and Rob watching Robin Hood, how much they talked about the villains from Prince John, Sir Hiss, and the Sheriff of Nottingham. They are so memorable in the film. They are not only evil, but they are hilarious. And it's always great to see some Disney villains that have funny moments. Like, most notably, Gaston and Captain Hook, Hades, Jafar, yeah. And, you know, especially since, like, with a villain and a sidekick, like, yeah, Prince John and Sir Hiss, they have a lot of funny moments together, the chemistry between them. And the same goes for Captain Hook and Mr. Smee, definitely. And Gaston and LeFou as well, so yeah. Yeah, and also, Robin Hood is best known for recycling animation. Yeah, especially the song number, The Phony King of England. That is so well known for recycling some animation in some past Disney films from Jungle Book, The Aristocats, and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. No doubt about it that Nostalgia Critic is going to talk about that. And there are a couple, and of course, this film many times reuses some shots with how characters react. Like, I can think of, say, the mother rabbit and her children, you know, like, yeah, that shot, and some characters running, like, you know, the rhinos, and I want to say, yeah, the wolves with the bow and arrows, yeah, them too. So again, no doubt about it that Nostalgia Critic's going to point out some reused animation here and there, and of course, how much he's going to talk about the villains. So yeah. And one more thing, I'm very happy to see that Doug, you know, aka the Critic, he had for this season, he's been doing a lot of Disney material. Like, he's been reviewing a good chunk of Disney films. Like, he first started off reviewing The Sword and the Stone, then he did a top 11 list, which being the top 11 Disney live-action films that could work, you know, that. He did The Little Mermaid, well, and of course, since the live-action Little Mermaid film came out, The Great Mouse Detective, and of course, as of right now, currently, Robin Hood. And I hope that, you know, even after Nostalgia Ween, because Nostalgia Ween will be coming soon, I hope after Nostalgia Ween, you know, Doug will, you know, review, you know, a couple of more Disney animated films, maybe one more, you know. We'll just have to wait and see. Like, you never know what movie Doug, as the Nostalgia Critic, is going to review. It's a total mystery and a surprise to us until it comes out on Wednesdays, until, you know, a new episode of Nostalgia Critic comes out on Wednesdays. So yeah. All right, enough said. We'll go ahead and start the video after an ad plays. So, I also have a snack with me. Get the Dr. Pepper can open. Come on. What the crap is... Okay, hold on. Jeez Louise. That was weird. You know, because that thing you do, like, it, like, didn't go through. Like, I have no doubt that's happened to some people, but... Wow. Alright. Anyways. Alright, so I've got the video queued up, and after the ads played. Alright. So, without further ado, let me fix up Prince John a little bit. That's good. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
This episode brought to you by Stamps.com. Why go to the store to get stamps when you can have them printed right at home for your convenience?
All right, there we go. Also, I found out that in Nostalgia Critic's review of Robin Hood, Heather and Tamra join in, so this ought to be a lot of fun. It's always fun when someone else joins Nostalgia Critic.
No. Next. No.
Where's this going?
Next. No.
Oh, the upper half is kind
Not everybody has a secret furry crush.
Spoken like a true furry virgin.
Don't say those
There are
words.
those, unfortunately.
Everybody is into this, but everyone has at least that one where they find a slight attraction.
Everyone?
Everyone in our line of work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If I was watching this right now, I totally believe we were all into this.
So it's only a matter of time before we find the gateway furry that arouses your intrigue.
Your wording is not helping this process.
Next.
What is
Do these count?
That depends.
what is the guy from Narnia doing?
Confused.
Everything about this makes us confused.
Then we're on the right track.
He's not a cartoon.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. There's no doubt about it. The furry community has become a big thing since I started this job.
Oh.
It's come a long way since my Space Jam review when I talked about the sexualization of Lola Bunny.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a bunny that you actually had the hots for? That hardly seems like a very profitable demographic.
How wrong I was! It turns out there's a huge community that loves these type of characters. And, like many of you, my reaction was probably similar to yours. Stay the hell away from my cats. But as the community grew and I got to know more of them,
Why would we go
like
after
the
your
people into
cats?
That were the outliers. I'm sure there's
What was that?
creeps like there are in any
That went by
community,
quick.
But the ones I've known just seem to like their costumes, roll with the jokes made about them, and all around seem pretty harmless. The community has arguably been more accepted now than it's ever been in the past. But it is weird.
Yeah, it can
I know
be.
weird always connects to something awful, but it is weird. But I don't know.
On
a
an
lot of
airplane?
strange stuff people saw as weird in the past have become more normalized.
Oh,
in the
jeez.
mainstream, to the point where I have to ask, does everybody secretly have one? The same way people joke
I
about
don't.
that person they changed teams for, does everybody
I wanna
secretly
clarify.
have that one furry they changed?
Zootopia is a good example.
The answer is clearly no, because I do not. So that means not everybody does. I mean, Gadget was okay, I guess. But no, she's a mouse. That's a mouse. I don't want to bang a mouse. But I guess if you change the ears and the nose, it's basically a woman. Dude, she's like 3 inches tall. What the children look like. This is crazy. Crazy like that skin tight jump.
Okay, Doug.
See, I knew we'd find at least one.
Okay, fine. You know what? I'll just say, I'm a guy. Guys are into weirder stuff when it comes to sex.
Hey, that's pretty indisputable. Yeah, no.
Sad but
Yeah, so
true.
you're not gonna get them on anything.
Is that so? Any thoughts when it comes to this one?
There it is. Heather? Tamara?
Seriously?
Ugh. Come on, gals. Alright.
Though definitely viewed as a Disney staple, 1973's Robin Hood has gained a following for, different reasons. Watching it years later, it's not hard to see why. Or maybe for some it is hard.
None that
I'm
way.
realizing it, this movie hit on all sorts of, shall we say, unique curiosities. It's actually pretty hilarious watching this movie with all the, I'm assuming, unintentional innuendos going on.
He was going after the
Even if you don't get
keys,
anything
like...
out of those moments, the movie's a pretty enjoyable good time. Despite, I guess, it not getting the best reviews. Many critics
At the
said
time.
it lacked the epic qualities and artistic merit both the story and past Disney films possessed. I guess I can see where they're coming from, but I feel like the movie makes it clear it wants to be a more laid-back and comical telling of the story. But when it does need to be adventurous or romantic or large in scale, I think it meets that criteria fine. It just doesn't surpass it. The film was so popular, it was actually the start of Disney releasing their animated films on home media.
Yep.
And when they saw how many
I think
families
this and
watched it
Pinocchio.
repeatedly, it gave them the inspiration to release the rest of their films as well. Man, imagine if they start with $1 Million Dog. Maybe we'd never have this on physical media. Part of the charm of the film is the casting. Everybody brings a literal unique voice you can instantly grasp and gravitate to. Several of them were known for their works in westerns because, well, the film was originally going to be set in the Old West. Yeah, isn't that strange?
Yeah.
When that idea was scrapped, they found they loved the actors
Pat
they hired
Buttram.
so much that they didn't want to get rid of them. So that's why jolly old England has a sudden influx of what sounds like banjo-playing prospectors. So, how did this animated classic win its way into our hearts aside from, other reasons? Well, we're going to take a closer look to find out.
And look, don't judge us too harshly, okay?
Yeah, Kimmy Schmidt found him attractive too.
When you were little, did you think he was handsome?
Are you kidding? That voice and how he didn't wear pants? Oh.
You're comparing yourselves to a woman who lived her life in a cult?
If it was a Robin Hood cult, I'd be very into that.
You know there was a cult around Gadget.
Oh, see, Critic?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I'm learning way too much about all of this and all of you, and this is why none of you are sitting next to me.
Whatever. Let's Google random words until we figure out what other weird shit we're into.
Ooh, my morning routine.
Let's take a look at Robin Hood. But not Melvin.
No, not in that way.
I like we open on this book of Robin Hood explaining what epic figure he was, but the movie's like, hey, what's the story of that decorative doodle? Do they have a Robin Hood? Instant movie.
You know, there's been a heap of legends and tall tales about Robin Hood. We folks of the animal kingdom have our own version.
The funny thing is,
Animal Kingdom.
think a Disney movie where humans replace animals entirely, you know, with them walking on 2 feet and everything.
Predates the Animal Kingdom park.
Weirdly though, there
Get the
hasn't been one
joke?
before or since until the DuckTales movie in 1990, and after that, Chicken Little in 2005. Believe it or not, we actually have more Disney films where people are replaced with transportation
And
than animals. That is odd.
Zootopia. Zootopia counts.
Happened in Sherwood Forest.
Oh, Grandpa's drunk and humming the hamster dance again.
Yes,
That is kind of the history of that song.
exactly.
John walking through the forest.
As mentioned, Robin Hood and his merry man, Little John, rob from the rich to give to the poor and are constantly hunted by the Sheriff of Nottingham.
You know something, Robin?
You're taking too many chances.
You must be joking.
That's Brian Bedford as Robin and Phil Harris as Little John. And if you think he's eerily similar to Baloo, it's because he pretty much played him all his life.
We never
Yep.
rob. Just
Robin Hood was his third and last Disney film.
From those who can afford it.
Ah, a socialist film. Wait, texting is bad in this movie too. I don't know what this movie's political lean is. We're introduced to hands down the best characters in the movie, Prince John and Hiss, played by Peter Ustinov and Terry Thomas.
Aha!
Absolute skill for encouraging contributions from the poor.
Disney may brag they have gay characters now, but we all know these two beat them to the punch. They had them like for the dwarves.
Oh god.
And how well King Richard's crown sits on your
Why the
new
dwarves?
I told you never to mention my brother's name.
Yeah, that's not the only time he's choking the snake. Seriously, not since the chiphead son getting lucky with you have I asked, what is gonna happen to these reptiles?
And there it is.
Please don't do that. You have a very loud thumb.
And it reminds me too much of our Saturday night roleplay. It seems Hiss can hypnotize people because God could do it, I don't know. And he used to convince John's brother, Richard, to go on his crusade.
Hypnotism.
I guess Disney snakes have that power.
No, none of that. None of that.
That's how you got me to go on the first date with you. In fact, how'd you get this position? In fact, what is your position? Get all position. You get it all positions. Not even 10 minutes in, and we
No
get
one's even
dancing.
hypnotizing you,
This
Doug.
movie's gonna be divvying our bingo.
It's the girl with your horoscope.
DeviantArt bingo.
Oh boy, female bandits. What next?
They remind me of me when I was a lady.
Gracious.
I told you no tongue in public. Just for that, I'm going to tell you.
Stop
what is
hissing
on
in
your
my
face.
ear.
Don't give me that look. I'm literally describing what's going on here.
From the mists of time, come forth, spirits.
For having such an elegant voice, Bedford does a good job with a zany range of characters for Robin to disguise himself.
Yes.
Naughty, naughty.
That's the thing, 'cause, you know,
Tell me now, didn't we? Oh, here's someone singing.
Robin's in disguise and has to disguise his voice.
Not as good as he is.
It reminds me of Babes in Toyland when Tom dresses as the fortune teller. I like when
Ah,
a stereotypical
yeah.
stoic lead is allowed to act goofy.
Here it comes.
Literally every frame of the scene has a fur affinity page on it.
Oh god.
They robbed the prince, which makes me wonder how the hell he got all that off him without noticing. And no, that's
Yeah.
not for you to explain in the comments. And the coach
No,
also,
that didn't
because they still
happen,
have
like-
that too.
I got a dirty thumb.
My God, I've never seen a movie do so much without realizing they're doing it.
But it's muddy.
From your friendly neighborhood tax collector.
Pat Buckman plays the sheriff, who you wouldn't think would be that great a bad guy voice, but because he takes so much joy in the villainy he does, even to the point of announcing his arrival,
Here I come.
Ready or not.
it turns out to be almost as funny as the main villains.
And you know
Yeah.
what? We all scrimped and saved to give it to him.
Well, maybe if he didn't bang like, well, rabbits, you'd be able to save a little more. Say, where's the Papa Daniel? He's still in rehab.
Yeah, where is the dad? So evil.
That's how everybody thinks Bitcoin works. The blind man reveals himself to be Robin Hood, giving the birthday boy his hat and bow.
So evil of the Sheriff of Nottingham to even steal from blind people. And he's not doing his job right.
Is this the first Disney film with commercial breaks?
No, not really. No, I mean,
Visible skin results.
of course you have to do a commercial break there. No, I mean, back then, and, you know, some Disney films, like, they would fade to black. Like, you know, I can think of, say, well, The Jungle Book, Sleeping Beauty. Is there any other Disney... Oh, yeah, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Pinocchio. I could go on. So, even Fantasia had that as well. So, yeah. So, as I said, like, the Sheriff of Nottingham... Just very quickly, as I said, the Sheriff of Nottingham, well, even though, like, he didn't know it was Robin in disguise as a blind person, still, like, him stealing, you know, taxes from a blind person, just so evil. And, you know, he's clearly not doing his job right as the Sheriff of Nottingham. And clearly, because, you know, he's following the roots and, you know, is loyal to Prince John. So, yeah. Okay, guys, so back to it.
The birthday boy meets up with his friends to shoot the arrow, but it flies a little too high.
Well, one friend, which being the turtle. I saw that in a YouTube poop, the arrow.
Now, this of course introduces us to Maid Marian, played by Monica Evans, who's playing a game with her lady-in-waiting, Clucky.
No, please don't kill Prince John. Mama said he'll chop off my head.
Oh no, the thumb screws will be more than enough. The kids get along with Marian, even the ones they clearly always took the first take with.
Mama said you and Robin Hood are sweethearts.
Ooh, that was terrible. And she explains how her and Robin used to be childhood sweethearts.
You see, that was several years ago, before I left for London. He carved our initials on this tree.
Though we don't see Robin and Marian together a ton in this, their acting really does convince us of their history. Keep in mind at the time, if you just had these characters meet up and fall in love in a Disney film, people wouldn't really question it.
Yeah.
But giving them this backstory, even though it is off screen, does sound a little better.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it so
Now that you say it, yeah, good point.
Jesus, boy, read the room! I mean, how fast do you think relationships go?
Robin's gonna have kids.
Okay, pretty fast. They play make-believe.
One day when they have kids.
Rescuing Marian from the castle.
The hero gives his fair lady a kiss.
Oh, that's silly stuff.
Then I will.
Bad touch, bad touch! God, that has been a while since he's done that joke.
Any of this movie has weird edits. Why does every fade out look like the last time we see a character alive?
Well, not that,
He
like...
still dreams about Robin, wondering if he still remembers her at all.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Oh, forgetful.
Now help me hang this poster above my bed. Not again, my lady. It's so cursed.
It turns out Robin is also dreaming about her, but he's afraid too much time has passed.
Just marry the girl. Just walk up to a girl, hand her a bouquet, and say, "Hey, remember me? We were kids together. Will you marry me?" Marry my love. Will you marry me?
Oh, darling,
Well.
you never ask me.
Jesus, Prince John and his are taking things slower than these two. Andy Devine plays Friar Tug, who lets them know about an archery contest in which Maid Marian will give a kiss to the winner.
Maid Marian. Maid Marian. She's gonna give a kiss to the winner. Kiss to the winner.
Well, that just sketches my
That-
facial proportion guide.
the face
I
that
guess
Robin
I should
makes.
talk about the animation a bit. Like a lot of Disney films at the time, they used the Xerox method, which meant the pencil drawings were printed directly on the cell instead of having them inked. In some movies, I don't think this style works, like the Aristocats or Rescuers. I think it looks a little cheap. But in a movie like this, where
What about
it's
The Jungle
not only
Book?
more medieval and rustic, but also stars animals, I think it complements the fuzzy textures. It reminds me of the sketchy illustrations in the book intro, so it doesn't feel out of place. Though I never understood why his seems to be furry. Furry, yeah, it just
Yeah.
routine on it.
No one sits higher than the king. Must I remind you his?
Nobody must be longer than me. Speaking of which, who's this teddy bear?
I am Sir Reginald, Duke of Chutney.
Little John and Robin both disguise themselves to get into the tournament.
Little John doesn't even have to disguise his voice.
Obviously making his jealous.
And now, Your Mightiness, allow me to lay
Yeah,
some
'cause-
protocol on you.
That is
Right-hand
not
man,
fun
you
in
know.
so many ways.
You took the words right out of my mouth, PJ.
PJ. I like
You
that.
know I do. Sounds eerily similar to something else I enjoy. Of course, 69ing. I love 69ing. Look, you can
I don't
give me
think I
shit
get
for these
that.
jokes all you want, but at the end of the day, they make more than I do.
Move it, creepy. Get lost. Be gone, long one.
I can't believe I'm being DiCaprio'd by a sherbet country bear.
The tournament of the golden arrow
Will now begin.
As the tournament gets going and Robin keeps hitting bullseyes, everyone clearly keeps trying to hit something else.
That's what you call pulling it back and letting it go, PJ.
I'm aware of the Kama Sutra.
Hmm.
Hiss literally looks up dude's skirts until he finds what he's looking for.
It's Robin Hood.
I'd recognize that exposed ball sack anywhere.
God.
His first, though, and Friar Tuck takes him out of commission.
Yeah,
Doesn't take
that was
long for John to put
that was a
together
nice
the plan.
detail,
The tournament
'cause
is indeed Robin Hood. And thank God
the rooster and Friar
It
Tuck.
might just be a naked stork standing in front of us right now.
And I like how Prince John, he knew.
Marion pleads for his life.
He knew all
For
along.
him, but it doesn't faze John at all.
Traitors to the crown must die. Crown belongs to King Richard.
Long live King Richard!
He taxed us much more than you! Don't really look it up. Richard had to fund his crusade somehow. I expect a better
Well, he was a
history
better
than
king than his
Richard
brother.
Romans. Little John convinces Prince John to let him go.
Sheriff, release my body.
Not so hard.
Mean thing.
I refuse to believe this movie does not want me to make jokes about it.
Well,
Robin is
don't.
free, but Little John is found out,
Just
resulting in a big
keep
fight
going.
and a big chase. Again, I would describe it as epic, but it is pretty fun.
Oh yeah, it is fun. And hilarious. Nice.
Ends with Clucky doing a football parody with the gun.
Why didn't I think of that?
Sure, whatever. And Prince John discovers his in the barrel.
Come in, come in.
Why did he bother drinking?
You sound like our honeymoon night.
Get out of that.
If you can.
Hate it when I get my Schwartz twisted.
Zebo. People friendly.
Okay, another ad. Yeah, again, like that whole like battle at the tournament, like hilarious and yeah, entertaining. And it was funny, Scooby and Shaggy running. Oh, and you know what? Because there's one moment where, you know, the elephants blowing their trumpets, like they kind of like crash, and one is like blowing his trumpet, and then the hen, you know, with Maid Marian, like, you know, grabs his trunk. That's the same animation that was used in Jungle Book. So you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and as I said, like Friar Tuck and the rooster / the narrator, like they spot Sir Hiss and they know that he's up to no good, and I like that. So like they get rid of him so like he doesn't inform Prince John, because of course they would know, and especially Friar Tuck, that Robin would be present there. And again, Prince John, he knew all along that Robin Hood was there. Like he clearly knew that Robin was gonna be there and in disguise. And yeah, of course, Prince John, you know, exposing Robin, you know, the Luzon sees him. Oh, that was so good. Yeah. All right. So back to it.
Hello, I'm the president of Stan.
Jeez. I almost forgot. You know, sponsorship. All right. Okay.
Robin takes Maid Marian to his hideout, and probably the most 70s song of the movie.
It's a good song. A nice, loving song. Like
Cat Stevens as a literal cat would be more 70s on this, but it turns out his hideout isn't so.
And it got
scary.
Oscar nominated.
Ham shows up. Surprise!
Long live Robin Hood!
It was kind of getting intimate here, guy. Okay, party, I guess. Let's celebrate by giving animation YouTubers something to edit for years to come.
There you go.
Oh,
And this was a good song too.
I hope you're keeping count at home. There's literally more overtones in this than Rocco's Modern Life cartoon. The song mocking Prince John is so catchy, even the sheriff and Hiss start singing it, without realizing the prince is listening. This is a pretty
Yep.
good bit.
She's sure to be known as John the Worst.
Marvelous, merciful. He's got it all wrong. Sniveling, groveling, wheezing.
Reminds me of another whiny orange ruler with little hair on his head who couldn't take a joke. That's right, Warren Harding. Crybaby. John raises the taxes so high, even the narrator gets thrown in jail. Guess he didn't pay his narration tax. And we get our big downer song of the film.
Even the kids are locked up.
Has its ups and downs.
Man, even the kids are in prison? What they do, allowance embezzlement?
As I said, anybody in Nottingham gets thrown in jail because of the tax.
Jesus, well, we just cut to the pounded lady and the tramp. It's starting to look colorful compared to this.
Well, it looks like I dropped by just in time.
At a nearby chapel, the sheriff takes the last bit of money from the poor box, causing Friar Tuck to finally lose his nerve.
Yep, he's had it with the sheriff.
How dare you scam people out of money? Our church was doing that fine.
Friar Tuck is arrested, which is music to Prince John's ears.
So dark, you
for
know.
capturing Robin Hood.
Friar Tuck will be led to the gallows.
Friar Tuck, you'll be excommunicated for sure.
That
Don't bring
too.
actual politics into this world. Yeah,
From
pretty much
arresting
this movie,
Friar
but
Tuck and planning to hang
Jeff,
him.
coming off of an already pretty depressing song. Good thing we have literal gallows humor to lighten things up.
Don't you reckon we'd ought to give that there?
Yeah, the vultures were funny. Just like the vultures in Jungle Book.
Three testicles is nothing to laugh at, Sheriff. Robin catches news of the friar's hanging and stages.
Also, George Lindsay voices Trigger.
Would that be shooting down? Shucks, Trigger, it's only nutsy.
Dressed up like Robin Hood, dressed up like Nutsy.
Close your sleepy little eyeballs.
Will you, let me loosen that belt?
This was the horniest Disney production ever animated, and that's saying a lot.
Oh, God.
Little John frees the prisoners while Robin tries to steal all of Prince John's riches.
Leave Becky and Alex. They've been fussy.
Yeah, they sleep in the same room. He is literally licking his feet. Even Bert Ernie would be like, wait, they just rub it in your face, don't they? I wish somebody would do more of that.
Okay, Doug.
In all seriousness, the scene is pretty great. It's like Mission Impossible for kids. Quiet building up the inevitable outburst of action you know is around the corner. The quieter it is, the more tension it builds. Take one guess what he's dreaming about. Oh, Scarabi, you'll always be my Lion King.
Okay, Doug. Like, another ad. Yeah, and as I said, George Lindsay, he voiced Trigger, the vulture, you know, the Trigger, and not to mention because, well, George Lindsay, Pat Buttram, and Phil Harris, well, they previously were in the Aristocats, and after the Aristocats came this. So, yeah. And Doug had a good point, because, like, it's Mission Impossible for kids, with them escaping successfully at first, you know, you know, and until what happens, like, pardon my French, you know, when Sir Hiss wakes up and he notices Robin, and that's when, boom, all hell breaks loose. Yeah, just like a lot of crazy stuff happening, and the music as well, you know, by the one and only George Bruns. Like, he was definitely one of the top best, you know, composers of Disney. The music that he brought to Disney, from the animated films to some on TV to the attractions, he was one of the true music masters of Disney. So yeah, and I'd say right next to right next to George Bruns, there was Oliver Wallace and Alan Menken, and yeah, those are the only ones I can think of. But a lot of other composers that they've had, you know, composing Disney music. Oh, like, you know, James Newton Howard. He did compose a good chunk of Disney films in the early 2000s. You know, from Dinosaur, Atlantis, Treasure Planet. Is there any other movie I'm missing? But yeah, so Disney's always had great composers, especially those that worked with Disney a lot. Again, from, like, say, Oliver Wallace, George Bruns, and Alan Menken. So,
Built on great quality product.
okay, back to it. Here it is.
Since your porno music woke me up again.
Okay, Doug, shut up.
This climax is a lot of fun, with a lot of kinetic energy, good laughs, and
The climax.
Even if not, every performance is perfect.
Mama, wait for me.
If Willy Wonka's not carrying memes where a 3-year-old, she would be it. Robin is trapped in the castle as pretty much everything is trying to get her. The suspense builds higher and higher as the music slowly...
We've got him now! And then fire, just, yeah, and George Bruns, because
And Robin jumps seemingly
some
not
similarities
but he outsmarted
with
them and lets
music.
them fight another day.
It's so miserable unfair.
By the way, if you're wondering, what the hell happened to Maid Marian as she all but vanishes from the film until literally the last minute? It turns out there was an alternate ending where Robin did
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
and Marian tries to nurse him back to health. John follows him and tries to kill him off, but King Richard returns and takes back the crown. It definitely feels more like a complete ending, but honestly, the one we got isn't bad. It's just a little quicker and to the point. The narrator
We
says
still have the
King
wedding.
King Richard returned and fixed all
And we
the
have
problems right up.
King Richard.
Richard returned, and, well, he just straightened everything out.
Well,
He sure did.
didn't straighten out things too much. We wouldn't have half a movie if he did. Robin marries Marian, and we get a moment I always thought would make more sense when I grew up, but honestly, it just raised more questions.
How come you're going?
Again.
Robin's gonna have kids. So
One day when they
someone's
have
gonna keep her
kids.
eye on things.
You know what?
That makes
Look at
sense.
Mom. She lets her son have a weapon, drags her kids to jail with her, leaves some behind, feels others run away to be a burden on her savior's honeymoon. So wouldn't you
Well, she would know that
rather
he would be in
give
good
her the
hands with
CFS?
Robin, and especially Maid Marian.
Well, folks, that's the way it really happened.
Well, the orgies might have been exaggerated, but so we cut that out in this version. Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, come on, Doug.
And that was Robin Hood. I honestly still find it a very charming movie. Like I said, I can't say it's one of Disney's greats, but its laid-back attitude, instantly likable cast, and clever choices of animals representing different characters makes it a fun little adventure. Everybody is just dripping with personality, and nothing else, I swear. You just feel a sense of fun whenever any of these actors say a line. I kind of wish I was a fly on the wall just listening to these performances being recorded. For my kids, this is their introduction to the character. I know it certainly was for me. And I think by having the
As
book
any
and the
other
opening
Disney
and showing
movie
him as a human being in another story
from Peter
that
Pan.
shows there are other versions, and they're worth checking out. But I don't think
Snow
this is a
White,
bad
Cinderella.
introduction for kids. I think it establishes right from the beginning it is going to be more of a laid-back version, and I think the charm and the way they tell their story does really rub off. And speaking of rub off, yeah, the innuendos, though, like I said, probably unintentional, are freaking hilarious.
Okay, Doug.
Again, I don't think that was the point, but it does make for a different, yet still equally funny experience watching this from a kid to an adult. Regardless, everybody works off each other great, whether you read anything into it or not. I can't say it's a great epic, but I can definitely say it's a great time.
Absolutely.
And you know, there's a lot of weird stuff in the world, but weird doesn't always mean bad.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, what were we so afraid of? Like someone's gonna track us down for this stuff?
Hello? Nostalgia Critic?
Oh,
It's
no.
the sheriff.
It's the sheriff.
We know about your perverted ways, you heathen sons of bitches.
But sheriff, it's nothing like that.
I've never even met a fox before. They connect me and force me to like cartoons. I don't even like these methods on them.
You pieces of shit better pray to whatever furry god you believe in, because on the count of 10, I'm gonna fill you with so much lead, even lead paint would get lead poisoning from you. 1,
No.
Get out of there.
pie. Now that's how you clear the room.
Walter.
Walter? What are you doing?
I heard about
He
this
tricked
together.
them.
I just need you to explain to me this embarrassing crush that I have.
Sure.
Oh, no.
What is it?
Well, I've never told anybody this.
Walter, it's okay. We're friends.
What is it?
All right.
What is it, Walter?
Since I was a kid, I've been attracted to the California raisins.
What?
Walter, that's easy to explain.
It is?
Yeah, you're a freak.
Well, thanks a lot.
Walter?
Thanks a lot, Malcolm.
I'm gonna dirty some.
Wow. Okay.
Spoken like a true furry virgin.
Oh. Bloopers. One of Doug's cats meowed.
Malcolm, I didn't know you were bilingual.
Hey, Lackadaisy wanted me for a reason.
This month for Candy.
All right, and the charity shout out as always. Again, wow. Like, first off, I didn't really expect this to drag throughout Nostalgia Critic's review of Robin Hood. You know, the whole furry stuff and the jokes. You know what he said. Like, okay, like we get the point. Just like shut up about it. Don't talk about that much. And by the way, because like Heather and Tamara, they were there, and Malcolm, but they didn't say anything about Robin Hood. Doug, as the Nostalgia Critic, did all the talking. Well, I mean, that has happened before. Did it happen with Nostalgia Critic's review of Aragon? I can't remember, but it would have been nice if they joined in reviewing Robin Hood, but that's okay, you know. And of course, you know, he had to bring up, you know, the sequence with the phony king, the song number of the phony king of England, and recycling the animation. Oh God. And I didn't mention this, that I remember seeing YouTube videos of, you know, comparisons to, like, say, Jungle Book, Robin Hood, the Aristocats. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I remember those, like, back in the old days of YouTube, you know? Yeah. You know, overall, Nostalgia Critic's review of Disney's Robin Hood was pretty good. Of course, I definitely got some laughs, and at the end, Walter coming in, you know, he tricked Nostalgia Critic, Tamara, and Heather, you know, because he was doing a pretty good impression of the Sheriff of Nottingham, and for that, you know, doing a Pat Buttram impression. And Walter, he fantasized, like, no, he didn't say fantasized, but just, you know, had a crush or something, like, on the California Raisins. Well, no doubt that there are those that, how they felt about the California Raisins, there, no doubt about it. And that was funny. The outtake, you know, sometimes, like, you know, there would be outtakes in Nostalgia Critic videos, and in this, like, after what Malcolm said, you know, one of Doug's cats meowed, so, yeah. And, you know, like, if I hadn't mentioned this before, I like how sometimes, you know, like, Doug would feature his cats in some Nostalgia Critic videos. I think at one point he did credit them, like, as being part of the Nostalgia Critic cast, in one of the last intros he's done, you know, and I don't think they're listed anymore currently for this intro of Nostalgia Critic. You know what I'm talking about. I don't recall, but yeah, and yeah, I mean, again, like what Doug said about his cats, don't go after my cats. Why would we, Doug? Come on, just like, you know, we wouldn't go, like, nobody would go too far, so, you know, but they could, yeah. And how much Doug, as the critic, talked about the characters, you know, especially the villains. Because again, you know, from Prince John to Sir Hiss, Sheriff of Nottingham, being so memorable in this film. And, yeah, that's all I can say, and that's all I can think of. Yeah, because I'm running out of things to say. But yeah, again, overall, this was another good Nostalgia Critic video. His review on Robin Hood, pretty good. You know, aside from how long he dragged it, you know, again, because of the jokes he did. You know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, just like, all right, we get it, Doug. Just drop it. Yeah. And again, it gave me some good laughs, definitely. I mean, you know, who wouldn't laugh at a Nostalgia Critic video? Because Doug never fails to, you know, make us laugh. So, like, again, it was really funny. He inserted Scooby and Shaggy in there and just bringing up funny stuff, and with, you know, inserting pictures. It was funny. But yeah, what about you guys? What did you think of the video itself? What did you think of my reaction? Leave comments, and give this reaction video a like, as always. So, with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to the Nostalgia Critic's review of Disney's Robin Hood. More reaction videos are on the way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video /reaction. And this being the last reaction video for the month of September. Look forward and stay tuned for the next upcoming reaction videos for the month of October. Take care, and peace out. Mommy!